Monday Night Wave, baby, and we back. I believe this is like episode 93. I think, maybe it's somewhere. We getting to the hundreds. We getting real close. We hitting that triple digit pretty soon here. But I go by Jay, aka the Lonely One, aka Pod Breaker, Pod Marie, Pablo, Jacob Freeman, because I pod better than you know it. Mr. Respect the Jumpers in the building. And today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be about Dynamite this week. We had some change in the Last Chances Now tournament, or Raw this week. My bad, not Dynamite.
92.
My bad. It was episode 92. My fault. Yeah, 92 of them things, and we're gonna go over Raw this week with the Gunther win. We're gonna go over Dynamite with the Continental Classic kind of boiling down here. Mox takes the L this week. And, yeah, let's get into that. But before we do, we got to pass it off. No look pass to the one, the only, Ching Ching, Mr. Cashman himself. 4 letters, 1 word. Mr. H, would you please take it away from here?
He is a wild card. He is the king of gorgeous. He is Mr. Sexy Ass Lottery. And that's not just me saying it. Everybody's saying it. Yeah. His name is 4 letters, 1 word. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer ever? Come on! Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What? The shiny nose. Come on! If you ever saw it, you would ever say it goes, come on! And I was the other reindeer. You start to call him names. You never let poor Rudolph playing in their games. Get one foggy Christmas Eve. What Santa came to say? Come on, Rudolph, with your nose so bright. Won't you got my sleigh tonight? Then all the other reindeer try to please. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You go down in history forever. Come on. Down in history forever. Down in history. What? Hero and IMD.
Jesus Christ, man.
He's going to have to start going third on the intros, because what the hell am I supposed to do after each one of those? Like, every time it's something different. It's your boy, the third Mike, the OTC of the Monday Night Wave podcast. That's right, the original Oracle, truth teller, the foreseer. I am the ghostwriter, a.k.a. the Quentin Miller of the WWE Writing Room, and I am here for all of the predictions. Let's get it.
I just want to say that Heroes DMX sounds like Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, no, I was what
a wonderful world.
Yeah.
I was like, at first I thought that's where he's going, and then he started naming off reindeer, and I was like, oh, this is DMX. Okay.
See, the problem is he should have said something, because I could have just did the ad libs, so he could have kept his breath. But because he didn't want to include anybody and he wanted it to be a surprise, you know what I'm saying? I could have just did the ad libs. It was nothing.
I was going to ask you to do the beat for me, but I like surprises.
DM Louis Armstrong. All right, cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. We're cooking here.
I'm afraid how that's going to sound in the headphones on Monday. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah, no, it's going to sound great.
Jay gonna try to do his magic, but
oh fuck, that's funny. All right, people, let's get into it today. Not a lot on the news cycle, and honestly, I don't have a start bench cut either. So, we'll figure that out. But to start it off here, TV
Top 3
news.
Christmas movies.
Ooh, you know I like this. We can do that. TV news here. Looks like TNA actually has a TV deal here. Looks like it's going to be with AMC Plus, I believe. I think that was the brand, but the network.
That's their app. It will be on the AMC.
Okay, so AMC and then AMC app, AMC Plus. It's been in a long-standing talk show that they've been looking to get a TV deal, and they finally get one on AMC. So shout out to them. Congrats to them. I don't know if that changes their production schedule. I don't know if they'll be live every week. I know TNA does it to where they'll film concurrent episodes for a couple weeks and then they stop. So Don't know anything about that. We just know they landed a TV deal. So if you got AMC Plus, get prepared to see TNA. Also, what umbrella is AMC under? Is that a Paramount thing? Is that like a...
That is a great question.
Stars,
because most of their content is on Netflix. Like if you want to watch Walking Dead or Breaking Bad, like most of that is on Netflix. So yeah, that's actually a really good question. I have no idea.
Yeah,
and as far as the filming schedule, to my knowledge, it hasn't been confirmed, but I heard that they were going to try to keep it similar to what you were talking about, how they'll do a live, then they'll film an episode, like just to save the budget, because I believe they got $30 million. It was a 3-year deal, so that's pretty much $10 million a year. So to save money, perhaps they'll probably do that, but they'll get a better production. So that's a thing. I believe it's in January. I don't watch TNA. I'm gonna try to watch the first show just to see what it looks like, see if they hook me, just to see what the production looks like, what the opening theme song is and stuff. But I don't plan to add too much extra wrestling to our already busy schedule.
Crazy fucking schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I won't say I will watch the first episode, but I will definitely be in the ecosphere of like paying attention to what happens. I did see that they're trying to get AJ for the first TV episode, which would be kind of dope. But it's just for me, I don't think there is anybody in particular on the TNA side that I'm like, I have to go check out, right? That's not me shitting on anybody. I just haven't seen like, oh, I'm watching for this particular person. When I was watching WWE and then they said Kenny Omega was coming over to AEW, that was my reason for watching AEW was Kenny Omega, because I've never seen him wrestle. So I haven't seen anything in TNA that's like, yo, go check that person out. But still, congratulations to them and getting a TV deal. Going to put a lot of people on TV, build up a lot of opportunities. Hopefully people get paid. That's what this is all about here. Keeping in the realm of TV here. Big news in the Netflix Warner Brothers deal here. Looks like Netflix is going to acquire Warner Brothers. And the first thing in the ecosphere of the wrestling world was AEW's dead. It's over. They're going to get... Nobody's watching. They're gonna get dropped from Netflix. A lot of doom and gloom before we got any details on anything that was happening here. And from what I read is that Netflix gets the streaming catalog of HBO Max. The TV aspect of TNT and TBS will be on the Discovery side. That will still maintain their same cable TV. That will be fine. So if anything is kind of in limbo right now is whether or not AEW will be on the streaming side for Netflix. However, I do want to reiterate to people that these kind of transitions take time. This won't be like AEW pops up on Netflix next week. I think that like you still have maybe a year before we get like fully merger of anything, if that happens. And their contract's up in 2027. So we'll see what that looks like. I will throw it to you guys. Maybe you guys have something you guys want to say here. Anybody? Buttercream, croc skin.
I was trying to figure this all out early this morning. So, yes, if everything goes correctly, this merger should take around 12 to 18 months, which around like so. And as of right now, like even if the merger did happen tomorrow, AEW's TV deal is still going to remain intact. So it's not going to be similar to when it was WCW and Time Warner merged with AOL. They're not going to just get canceled tomorrow. Like their TV deal would still remain intact. The problem, the problem, or the part that we should worry about, or the part that the sickos should worry about, is just the timing of how long it takes, and then when their TV deal is up. Because to be transparent, and this is no shade, obviously they been on the decline as far as ratings and attendance. So and when companies merge, we know that like they love to trim the fat, they love to try to figure out any way to cut costs. So there is a realm of possibility to where they might say like, hey, we're not going to give you a TV deal, but we'll let you still stay on Max. Because to my knowledge, they don't want they're gonna take Max, but they don't want to like absorb it completely. Like HBO Max is still going to be its own separate streaming service, but obviously they'll be under the Netflix umbrella. So that's very plausible.
Kind of going real quick. They will still have TV. That's on, like I said, that's on the Discovery side. So the TV deal is fine.
Right.
The streaming side, they'll be able to shop their streaming somewhere else.
No, the one I'm saying, yeah, their current TV deal is fine. But when they try to, when in 2027, when they're looking for a new media rights deal, is what I'm saying. Like, they have the right to not renew it if they didn't want to. But they could still be on HBO Max, hypothetically.
Correct.
Yeah. But as you said, like, this is going to take time. So this is, to give another sports reference, right now this is very Chris Paul and the Lakers, because like this shit can go haywire tomorrow. Paramount and Trump and a bunch of other people, they're kind of like trying to do a hostile takeover with the shareholders and whatnot. So this could just not happen. But the thing is, Warner Brothers is going to sell regardless, whether that's to Paramount or whether that's to Netflix. So at the end of the day, it's in the best interest that, you know, AEW tries to put out the best product in the next, you know, 2 years, year and a half, just to make sure that, you know, we're not twiddling our thumbs and worrying about if they're going to survive or not. But I think they are. So to reiterate it, yeah, I think it's too soon to be any doom and gloom, but it is something to keep your eye on.
DT?
Shit, I really don't have much on it.
I will say what. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm at this current moment. I am more focused on what this means for movies and theatrical releases. That's
we
what
will
my
get
current
there. That was gonna be my
focus.
question afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, though, I liked your idea, what you said in the group chat, which was if AEW does get, hypothetically, we don't renew with HBO, the best option here would be to go to Amazon, right? I think that's like the option that makes the most sense. Pay-per-views are already there. Amazon has its own streaming service. They're able to do live. We've seen them do that before. Actually, they're doing it right now with football and whatnot. So they already have the network for that to happen. So if that does happen, that's probably where they're going to go. Plus, you can also, the man's a billionaire. If he wants to create a streaming service or a fucking platform or something, he will do that. Like, you'll get your AEW TV, everybody. And it's interesting because they asked him that question at the presser for the ROH show, or after the ROH show, and he didn't give anything too detailed, but he just said we have great partnerships with the NFL, who also works with Netflix. Like, we have great partnerships with them, so we'll see what that looks like. And to be honest, I don't think even like just like we know, and just how H had mentioned that right now, it could be a Chris Paul thing. Like, I am seeing that people are like, hey, we don't want a monopoly of like one company owning everything here. So it definitely could flip in the next couple of days or so. That being said, I do agree they should continue to put out the product they're doing. Pay-per-view numbers that came out, they're doing great on those. They're selling, I think it was 140,000 for Full Gear or whatnot. So that's still solid numbers here.
That's buys. Or
that was buys.
140,000 buys. That
was 140,000 buys.
Okay.
At
okay.
$50. I'm assuming at $50. I don't know.
Okay.
But still, that's money coming in. H said shows are declining. I've been seeing a little bit of mixture. I've been seeing Dynamite move up. I don't know about a decline per se. But
I mean, just like if you think about annually from like each year that they're going down, especially in their demo, they're 18 to 49, which is something that they like. It is going down. It can be fixed, but it is going down. And it's just, there are some people that are completely delusional about it, and then there are some people that are trolls about it. If we just meet in the middle, we can all at least agree that like
it's not 2020.
At 800. Yeah, it's not 2020. It's not 2021. Yeah. It's not one right before Punk left. But.
Fair. Getting to that though, in our aspect of like, what does that mean for like, you know, movies and whatnot? We don't, like I mentioned earlier, we don't want a monopoly on anything. But if Netflix owns Warner Brothers, which now owns DC, what happens here? Like, what happens to like, you know, the filmmakers' like identity and the theatrical releases, and like, you know, we seen, you know, COVID fuck the movie theaters up. What happens when Netflix kind of completely eradicates that? You know, why go to the movies? Be at home. Like, what's your thoughts, DT, Mr. Movie Man himself?
So, as much as an introvert that I am, like, one of my favorite things to do is to go to movies. And so initially, when I was first reading it, it was like, oh yeah, they're just gonna get the back catalog, da da da. But then it's like they're gonna own the rights, and they could change how long movies actually last in theaters, and that's that is where you could see essentially the movie industry, the film industry, start to crash and burn and get killed. And if you think about Netflix is the 50 Cent of streaming. They they got shunned and talked about when they were first starting, and now they back on the block and they're the hottest thing, and they're making everybody pay for it. And what I don't want to have happen, like if it wasn't transparently, if it wasn't for like Sinners this past, what was that? Was that May? April?
It was this year. Sinners and Weapons were their biggest.
Yeah, so if it wasn't for like Sinners bringing people back, and then the like word of mouth advertising that Weapons got that carried, like this year really brought movies back. It made people excited for what's to come next year. Superman did really great.
Fantastic Four
did well as well. So like
Top Gun.
A year ago, but Top Gun.
Was
it Aliens Romulus or whatever too? Like that did pretty well too.
2
like
years ago. Yep.
Yeah,
and
like,
then F1. So like but movies like Sinners and F1 got re-released in theaters 3 times this year because of how well they did in the theaters. And so what we don't want to see is people who are like really into film, is we don't want to see that these theatrical releases are getting shortened and snipped. They're not getting enough time to be in the theaters. It's going to affect the payroll for everybody involved, and not just the actors and the actresses and the directors and the producers, but then you're talking about like the boom people who are holding the boomsticks. We're talking about production teams,
right?
Like all of these things. So like all of these things,
extras.
It trickles down.
Extras,
it trickles down all the way to the person that works at Regal.
Catering.
It's going to trickle down.
Yeah.
To everything.
So that's what that's what we want to avoid.
It's funny because it sounds like the same argument that they had when it came down to like AI and AI writing movies, and the actors like, yo, I don't like that. Like, and even more recent, I saw like Morgan Freeman was tripping out on like the AI of his voice. He's like, yo, bro, what the fuck is this shit? Like, no, like you don't want it to get to a point to where you don't need the humanity aspect of it anymore, right? Like you take away like theaters, bro. Like that's like, I don't know, like that's one of my favorite places to go, bro, is like the movies, and just pop in and watch whatever. Yeah, I don't want to see that get lost. Like to just have that in your house, like you like ugh.
During COVID, it was cool.
For sure. World was shut.
Like it was
makes
like
sense.
it was cool. Like even if I had to pay for it to see it that week, like that's cool because I would have paid for it to go to a theater. But like now we're at a point where I don't want to see the film industry crash.
No.
So
and they're already trying to soft launch it. One of the CEOs is already trying to soft launch that. Like, yeah, we're gonna try to have shorter releases, and the releases are like theater releases are already short as hell. A movie will be in there for like if it's good, it'll be in there for maybe 2 months. If it's okay, you might get 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like it's maybe it's already short, and then physical media is hard to get,
bro.
Like it's hard to get DVDs. The last DVD I bought was Barbie, but like, what's his name? Nolan was talking about how hard he had to fight to get Oppenheimer on Blu-ray. You know, like it's already hard to like buy that shit. And with them owning everything, like with it being digital, like they can just take it away. Like it's hard. It's already hard enough to watch movies where it's like, all right, I want to watch Don't Be a Menace. It's not on any single goddamn streaming thing, so you have to pay like the $4 on Amazon or something. Like they have that. Like Netflix has that power to just take away.
Shut it off. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And WBD has already been doing that. Like they took away Kids Next Door when I was in my middle of my rewatch. Took away Dexter, and now you can't watch that shit anymore. Like I have to break the law to watch Dexter.
If you want to talk about like frustrating is like trying to find something and it's not available, and now like it just don't exist. I can't like go back and watch Baby Kids. Like we're like what the fuck is going on here? Like
when streaming first came out, that was the tagline. That was the thing that reeled you in, that pulled you in. Hey, our whole catalog is here, and anytime you want for $5.99, $8.99. you can watch it whenever you want, as many times as you want,
right,
by just pressing a button. Like that was what brought people to stream it. Then once they brought all the money in, they upped the charge, and now they're saying, okay, hey, we're taking this away from you because so and so owns it here, so and so owns it here, and now we have to push it over here. And then everybody started, like, when that was the reason why Netflix is the reason why Disney Plus even exists in the first place. Because when Netflix first came out, they had all of Disney's catalog, they had Marvel, and that was the most watched stuff on Netflix. Disney saw that and they said, oh no, we're gonna make our own thing. We already own all of these other sub companies, and we're gonna pull all of our stuff off of Netflix because it's ours and we own the rights to it, and you're gonna watch it here. Disney Plus, $4.99 when it first came out. Now they didn't put in ESPN Plus and put in this and Hulu and this. Now they're sub-packaging all three of those things with HBO Max, and they say, hey, if you buy it now, you can get it for $20. Well, shit, if Netflix is about to own HBO Max again, like y'all just going back and forth about who got the product and where to get it from.
Right. And to also kind of piggyback off like how I dislike, the monopoly of like, Warner Brothers, is that who makes that money, bro? Like, remember box office was like, that's an actor's go-to. Prime example is that during COVID when the Black Widow movie came out, and ScarJo wasn't having that shit. Like, hey, yeah, I get it. It didn't air, but you still got to pay me. Like, it's time for me to get fucking paid here. Like, you need to have that ecosystem to, like, survive, bro. Like, what happens to the actors? We're already at a point where we don't have, like, a true action star. You grew up and you knew that, okay, Mel Gibson's in Lethal Weapon, Tom Cruise doing Mission Impossible. Like, we don't even have
Schwarzenegger.
that. Schwarzenegger.
Stallone.
Like,
yeah.
That don't exist, bro. You're already watering down the product even more. It's kind of crazy. Support physical media, y'all.
On a bigger thing, too, it kind of... This is going to be, like, all philosophical and shit, but it kind of messes with the social... It's one of the reasons I don't like binge culture as much, or at all. I know a lot of people do, but, like, for example, I I'm watching Welcome to binge culture.
Oh, binge culture.
When it comes to Netflix and, like, they're just releasing all the episodes at once, I feel like if you take away theaters and then everything is bingeable, I feel like you're taking away a huge part of, like, the way we interact with media, especially, like, with each other. Like, for example, I've been at DT's house almost every Sunday watching Welcome to Derry with him and his lady. Like, and it gives us something to talk about for a whole week. We're sending each other theories, and like you lose that type of those recipes when like everything just gets released at once, and then you don't get to the theater. Like, if without the theater, DT and I wouldn't be able to see the SummerSlam together. And like, that was dope as hell to be in a theater watching SummerSlam, and just minus the smell. But it's just they're trying to glue us to a TV, and they're trying to sell us for the sake of convenience. And I love
Black Mirror.
Yeah, it is exactly what it is.
Did my go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
No, I'm done. No, yeah.
My favorite Batman movie is Batman Forever. And when Edward Enigma becomes the Riddler, his whole thing is, you don't have to leave the house. This is my what is it? My Enigma box. And you plug the box to your forehead, you put it on a TV, and whatever you see in your brain, you'll see it on TV. And essentially, like, it's like a virtual reality, brings your shit to life. And it's like, then he is sitting on this island and he's absorbing all of this information, which in this theory would be currency and money and like viewer information, so you know what to send them, ads, etc. And you just at home, just plugged in, just doing this all day, just watching TV. This shit's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine like doing in-game and then hopping on Twitter like, yo, like, just like, no, like the feeling when you left the theater after in-game, people were hurt, nigga. Like, it was like, hey, I gotta wait a whole year to like for the shit to come back. Or Infinity, we're like,
even just recently with Sinners, I saw that in IMAX with DT, like the scene where they do the music scene. I'm like, that, it almost felt like a spiritual awakening. Like, you can't get that at the house. Or Godzilla -1, like when you first see that atomic breath, and like you just hear that eerie silence, like you can't, I can't, like I have a soundboard, but you can't get that on the couch.
No, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Or
Still,
on your iPad.
No,
Yeah, one of the greatest theatrical moments is the on your left.
the dead ass.
And that, like, the whole auditorium exploded when that happened and the ring started circling. Like, yeah, bro, yeah.
Yeah, you can't replicate that.
No.
Yeah. Once again, buy physical media. I'm huge in physical media. Get it, own it. Hold on to that. Getting back into the wrestling world real quick. We got last two topics here. Nick Khan, I think he's on Impulsive, says that WWE will take one of the spots of the major sports programs here between the NFL, NBA, MLB, or NHL. He says they're gonna take one of those spots. He says probably not the top two, which were the NFL and NBA, but then he left MLB and NHL up there for question.
Because that's what that nigga Nick Khan was doing. Sniffing coke when he said that. There's no fucking way. There is no way. I'm sorry, Nick Khan. You have lost your mind. Lost your mind. We all love wrestling, but he's tripping.
1,000%. But like,
it's extremely ambitious thing to say. I remember, I think it was like 2016, 2017. Stephanie was like, "We want to be the MCU of wrestling." And fast forward, and now they are that. Now, does that mean what Nick Khan said is going to happen? Probably not. More than likely not.
No.
It is an extremely ambitious statement. I give you kudos for saying it, but I have to agree with both you guys. Like, it's just kind of wild.
The MLB and NHL, like NHL, I don't know much about them, but I know they make a lot of money too. So it's like, no. Mm-hmm. But MLB, the Dodgers, Ohtani and them? You trying to bet? Huh?
People literally watch the Dodgers to boo and hate them. The same way they watch I'm going to sound like that guy. Same way they watch the Cowboys, or the same way they watch the Lakers, or the Patriots from 2003 to fucking 2019. Like,
or now.
No, I mean, they're not. Nobody's really hating the Patriots right now. But if Drake May and them, they knock off 2 or 3, and they show like a little bit of dominance, because nobody gave a fuck about the Chiefs. Like, when you pick the Chiefs on Madden and you had Priest Holmes and Tony Gonzalez and Trent Green, and you was killing people, nobody cared. Let's go to the Chiefs this week. They get Pat Mahomes, they get Andy Reid, they go to Super Bowl like 8 times. Now people's like, oh, fuck the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they cheaters. They like, same thing with the Pats. The Pats won 18 Super Bowls, and all we ever talk about is deflated balls and stealing sign calls and etc. But like, I said all that to say, there are too many people that are sports fans that love their teams and love to hate the other teams that are their rivals for WWE to overtake a sports league. Now, if they would have kept the illusion that it was all real, then potentially by this time, yeah, they could have probably taken one of those spots.
Yeah, lofty goals, very lofty goals, Nick Khan. I see what you're doing, getting people to buy in, but you're not fooling me. Last one here is the one about the pay rate. He has said that if you top dog in WWE, you get paid top money. If you're middle, you're not getting rich, but you have a good life. We had this discussion in the group chat a little bit here about how, like, it makes sense. It does. Like, if you're on TV and you are moving merch, you moving units, you that guy, you getting cashed out. My only, like, kind of criticism of that is that y'all press the button on who becomes that guy, right? Like, you control that narrative, so it's kind of hard for somebody of a mid-tier level to make that top money and not, like, break through. It's interesting because it reminded me of when Rusev was popping off. When Rusev Day was the biggest shit in the world, and every crowd in America was chanting Rusev Day, and VK was like, let's just tamper you down a little bit. Let's just turn that a little bit. Hey, how would you like to go home for a little bit? So, like, when you have that kind of dynamic in the business of wrestling, it makes it a little interesting to kind of, like, to formulate your payroll like that, or who gets paid like that.
And you can be undeniable and still get fired, or let go, even maybe not necessarily fired. But
I mean, his words cross, right?
Yeah, we just saw it.
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crowd wanted him, merch was selling, he's doing his thing, and then okay, sure,
like, yeah. So yeah, they for your point, like, yeah, they do control the machine to like make someone hotter or not. I mean, the crowd still does, to go to Karrion Kross or LA Knight, the crowd does still have some say with people getting a pop.
Truth.
But if the machine isn't fully behind you, then yeah, you're not gonna get the Roman Punk Cody Rhodes schedule, or not schedule, but pay rate or pay. I feel like, I don't know. I thought it was. I feel like this is something that everyone already knew, so I didn't. I don't want to say there was discourse about it or anything, but to me, it wasn't like super surprising. Where it's like, I mean, most people, as soon as they get to the main, like when Santos got to the main roster, the first thing he did was buy his mom a house. Is he getting the Roman money? No, but he's living probably nice. So, and that's kind of how I took the statement. Like, a lot of these people, they live in nice. They might not be. They ain't getting the Punk money, but they're doing more than scraping by. But
for sure.
Yeah. That was my take on it.
It's also just interesting because, I think this comes off of what. 2 months from old girl NXT saying like we only got paid like $30K, like nobody really getting paid like that. So it's just interesting time because nobody really knows the numbers. It's funny because you want to be like the NBA and NFL, MLB. Mm-hmm. Those numbers are public. We can see
for
those
the most
numbers.
part. Yeah. The old and I was gonna add this because I feel like I'm turning into here's the sports parallel, the sports parallel guy, but you'll see it in football. Like they have those contracts written up, and then you have an incentive-based contract, and they'll say let's just say, Jay, you the star wide receiver of your team, and in the contract, if you break the receiving record for the year, you get X amount of
incentives.
Million. If you catch over X amount of catches or receptions, you get this amount. Sometimes, to the point of the machine. When you're getting close to that and they're not liquid, they don't have that money, they're like, all right, they go talk to the coach, hey, he needs to not get these targets. So if you want to give him a couple here and there in crucial situations, whatever, but he can't keep getting 15, 20, 30 targets a game to get these numbers because we're not liquid. We don't have the money. So you'll start to see the play calls change.
You mentioned that. I have seen and watched wrestling podcasts with legends and other active superstars. They talk about oh, my merch is popping, but they sat me down to prevent you from hitting that ceiling. Like that's happened. That has definitely happened in the wrestling world. It's just it's just a crazy concept because if I go out there and stink up the game, my numbers drop, right? Mm-hmm. Cool, and I don't make no money. That's on me. But if I'm out there popping and you were like, you actually a little too popping right now, don't do that. Now you fucking with my head and my money, my family, my livelihood. Now we got a problem here.
So I got a question for the both of y'all. Right? Let's just, hypothetically speaking, do you think, and if so, how much, but do you think Jey Uso's contract changed from pre-France Backlash? Do you think it changed post that? So, meaning once they saw the crowd and what was happening and and they gave him the push, do you think he got an increase to be at that top guy level with his merch, or do you think he stayed at whatever his previous contract was at? Because
we got something new. We got something new for sure.
Because we hear about other wrestlers when their contract is up or whatever the case through Fightful, but we never heard anything about Jey.
That's a really interesting question. I want to assume it, they'll adjust it or something . But I don't know. A part of me wants to say they don't. I feel like maybe they give you bonuses and shit. Like you get the title, so you won't get a bonus. But honestly, I have no idea. That's a really good question. And yeah, you're right. I don't remember the last time I ever remember seeing one of the Usos
or Samoans for that fact. I'm not throwing them under the bus, but we haven't heard anything about Solo, Jimmy, Jey, Roman. None of that. We know Roman's contract is supposedly up in a year and a half, but before that, I never heard anything about it.
What I pulled up here, and rumors, allegedly rumors. I don't know shit. But it looks like he signed a 5 in 2019. And granted, there's injury time that can be added to that as well. So he should be coming up on the tail end of that contract. So we could be talking about, hey, now I'm this guy. This contract before was Jey Uso. This contract coming up is main event Jey Uso. So it could be a completely different thing.
But here's my thing then. If the contract is the same for 5 years, because this is what, again, be the sports parallel guy, this is what NFL teams do. They'll sign you to your whatever your cap is, and when your numbers go up and everything else, then they say, oh, well, you're under contract. You're under the contract we have you under. But like you said, if your shit dropped, then they could cut you and cut bait. So clearly, over the last 4 years, Jey Uso he's only ascended. So
1,000.
do you think that they came back in good faith and said, hey, we're going to amend these numbers and change them, but your contract length is still the same? Because they've been working the fuck out of him since 2020. Like, so, or do they say, hey, you're still under this contract, you'll get a higher percentage of your merch sales, but
it would
your
be
base
fucked
pay
up
is this?
if they did not adjust like something there, because you were right, Jey Uso has been working since 2020 nonstop, and he has superseded. I would only assume superseded the amount of merch he was supposed to sell during that that original 2019 contract. Jey Uso blew that shit out the water. Like, so now it's like, yeah, he should be getting paid 1,000%. Jey Uso should be, if not really close to like Roman levels of money.
I knew you was gonna say that. Yeah.
Just because he's used more. Jey Uso every Monday Night Raw, bro, he come to the crowd, he out of breath, cutting promos and shit. Like, he working. Like, I get it.
I don't think he'll probably be closer to Seth. I don't think he'd be close to Roman.
That's fair. That's a good one. That's fair. He's gonna get paid main event money. 1,000%.
Yeah, no. Either way, he's getting paid.
Yeah, but
sure.
I do agree with that. He's probably closer to Seth. Yeah, for sure.
And if there was an adjustment period, I would that happened. If that did happen, I would have to. I think it probably would have happened around the time they dropped the titles to Kevin and Sami.
That's what I was thinking too, because like, you also don't put somebody on a mid-level contract and make them win Royal Rumble. Like, that doesn't make any sense either, right? Because then at that point in time, you have no choice but to push this mid-level contract, and then not only did that mid-level contract win the title, like, so now he's going to make even more money. He's going to break even more merch sales. Like, you kind of had, I would assume something's happening here. Once again, we don't know shit. We're not in the wrestling world, but I would assume something happened here, which is great.
Last example, LA Knight literally went from being a manager of a group that nobody gave a fuck about to when VKM left or got pushed out, Triple H was like, hey, you go back to LA Knight. Now, I think we heard something about his contract changing. I don't know for sure, but I feel like we heard that he was extended or whatever the case. But I don't want to be in like a particular wrestler's business, but I would love to know like the business model. I would just love
like
to know
the structure,
like,
the base, the minimum, the maximums, like what they base it off of, and that's fucking crazy too. Because like Karrion Kross, he's like, what are you evaluating this on? Like, what if I see these numbers, but what are you basing this off of? Because on my side, my numbers are here. So clearly, Kross has something that they were supposed to measure it on, and they didn't measure it on that. So I want to know what those intangibles were. That way, he could be like, well, you said I was supposed to sell 200,000. I sold 205,000. I should be in this bracket here. But they were looking at Kross like, you better take this and shut up.
Yeah,
like,
but I have 4 shirts. They're all out there every show in the stadiums or in the arenas at the WWE shops. It's selling out on .com, etc. Like, the crowd's chanting my name. What's the trigger? What's the trigger for me to get some of that money?
Now, if you told me in the exact same situation, right, it's Jey Uso and then like LA Knight. LA Knight would be my example of somebody being stifled, right? You got too loud,
like being pulled down. Yeah,
he got too loud. Like last year, I was like, yo, LA Knight got a bigger pop than Cody Rhodes. I said that, and it was in my personal opinion was factual. They saw that and was like, oh, whoa, we got a little too much dip in the ship. Yep. Hey, tone it down, because he was out there killing every promo, crowds popping like that. His music would hit and they would go crazy, bro.
Yep.
Like, so if you're talking about somebody who is slightly being targeted, it's definitely LA Knight. This is the only guy who's been in main event scenarios for the past 4 months now, 5 months, 6 months, and every single time he's been in it, he hasn't got over the hump. You playing with my money? I'm gonna kill you and him.
Who you know play about their money?
Money. If you don't got my butt, like like
money,
so,
I'm killing you and him.
And him. Like LA Knight is definitely being.
We gotta. He being restrained a little bit?
A little bit.
What if his push? God, he's not even here. What if his push is the Rumble? LA Knight's push is the Rumble.
Do you like? You would actually have to believe that. Like
me personally?
Well, like just in general, like you got to think like you want LA Knight to win the Rumble, right? After this year's Rumble winners, people weren't really too happy about it. Did it make sense? Absolutely. Like Jay made sense. LA Knight winning the Rumble don't really make a lot of sense, and you don't want to have 2 Rumbles back to back where like people are upset. If anything, this Rumble winner, Hero's #1 option, Sami Zayn, makes sense to me.
Yeah, especially
in
Saudi.
In Saudi,
my
makes a lot of sense.
My pick is looking scary right now, though. I'm starting to get worried.
It makes a lot of sense.
Because he got knocked out by the MFTs? That's all right. They just doing this shit.
This is filler.
Something to do. Yeah.
No, because he would either have to choose Cody, which we would have a face versus face, or he'd have to choose Punk, which is a face versus face. I need Cody to drop this title to Drew.
Well, transparently, Punk is about to lose. Unfortunately, because they dead ass just for no reason other than the fact that he got pinned, announced that he's getting, or Braun Breaker's getting a title shot in January.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
he's not gonna lose. What are you talking about? He's not gonna lose. They have to put Paul Heyman's over there. They have to put the strap on somebody over there. Paul Heyman don't just stand around niggas with no gold. When have you ever seen Paul Heyman around somebody that don't have gold?
Ooh, it's broke over here. You want me to say? You want to stay next to you and
what?
Love you for who you is? No.
Yeah,
I need that belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it 40 minutes, by the way.
I did so. We're gonna get to it. Just to wrap up here, Sammy makes the most sense as the #1 choice here. Second choice would definitely be Roman, but I don't think Roman needs it. And to counter to that, Triple H said he kind of transcends the Rumble. He transcends the Elimination Chamber. If he wants a title shot, we'll just give him a title shot. You know why? Because that can make us a lot of money.
And what did they like? And that Braun Breaker's on that trajectory because they literally just did that.
Yeah.
You pin somebody in a multi-man match that doesn't determine anything, except Paul Heyman coming out. No, he's getting a shot as soon as we get back from Christmas. Like,
that'll work.
What? So
let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. Let's actually get into main event Jey Uso because they actually kick off Raw here with Jey Uso versus LA Knight. The semifinals for the last time is now, and to my surprise, Jey Uso did not win this match. I thought for sure it was going to be Jey Uso, Gunther. They're going to run it back. Clearly, that was not the case here. And it's also interesting because even post-match, Jey goes back into like this angry, depressed version of Jey. But it was like just last week, you was all good. It was just good a week ago. Like now we're getting back to like what Roman said is his belts. Like, huh?
Maybe they look better on him.
Maybe they look better on him.
Another man as soon as you lost, bro. Like,
hold on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's his big cousin. He look up to him. Don't do that. I could see if it was somebody random that wasn't even blood related. That's crazy.
Look better on him. What?
But
they look better, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This bloodline shit does not make sense. It has not made sense for months. I don't. It's just not good, cohesive television.
Listen, you are right, and you are right. You can stand on that soapbox and be right, but also at the same time, we talked about this 2 episodes ago. This was an all-star event. They literally just said, "Hey, fuck a storyline. We don't care about none of the storyline stuff. We're going to put a pause on that. We're putting our top guys in this match because we're selling out a baseball stadium."
And
this dude
now
wasn't
what?
even
DT,
on the...
Now what?
Now
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna
what does that have to do with his character arc?
Like that's what I'm
Like,
like.
that's okay.
I get it.
No.
All right,
Now
no,
we're gonna
all right.
we're gonna reprogram you guys to pick back up on the storyline. Is it right? Absolutely not. I think it's ridiculous. But what other choice do they have? they booked themselves in a corner. They put somebody on a poster 8 months ago and didn't have a storyline because he wasn't working. Which it happens. He transcends the sport.
It didn't.
So
Tom, let's bring it back to Raw real quick. It didn't make any sense, bro. The man loses, right, and then trashes everything around the ring. I was
because
like,
he crashing out.
crashed.
Everybody want to crash out Jay. He crashing out.
was
Maybe he
like,
bipolar. Maybe he bipolar, Jay. He can't control his emotions. 1 minute he good, next minute he not.
then you need to go talk to Bailey. She got it under control. Like shit. Like
Which is crazy because they need to bring that back. I thought we was building something. I was happy
they did
about
bring
that.
it back this episode. Like they had mentioned it with the Pierce and Lyra, and like he was like, "What version do we get today?" But either way, Jey Uso is crashing out here.
The line where I'm sorry, but saying it looks better on him, that kills everything. It does not make any sense. The crash out part, I can take it.
He said maybe Roman was right. Maybe they would look better on him.
Why is he saying that at all?
But the tournament
Because
wasn't
his-
even about a
why are you
belt.
thinking-
The tournament
Because
wasn't
his
even about a
self-confidence is
belt.
Roman.
Okay, hold
His
on.
self-confidence
Hold
is
on.
shot.
Hold on.
His
Time
self-confidence.
out.
And this is not even about a belt. This is about Cena, right?
This is about Cena. This tournament's about Cena. What
There's no
belt?
title at all.
What are you talking about?
Okay,
Imagine.
now you got me. Now you
Imagine,
got me.
bro. Imagine. Interviewer comes up to you. Hey, you didn't get your shot against John Cena. How do you feel? Man, those belts look good on him, but they don't look good on me. Okay, but what does that have to do with Cena? Like, nigga, like, what are we doing here, bro?
I don't know. I'm not gonna defend it because you brought that in, and I completely forgot that that's what that was about for a second. And y'all got me. I can finagle my way into something, but I'm not because then I'm gonna sound like a WWE apologist, and I'm not. I'm
And to
fair
be
enough.
fair, that wasn't the only thing that didn't make any sense today, right? Or that episode. They didn't even mention, actually, one mention of the Masked Man. And the only mention of it was, hey, ref, go find out who that was. What do you mean, ref? Hey, what about, hey.
Cameras, HD.
Like, you want to talk about, everybody being aware here. Even we should have a Punk, I guess Punk's not there, but somebody, Jay, anybody, yo, we got robbed. Somebody jumped over that cage. Who was that? A classic whodunit is not a whodunit if we don't mention what's going on here.
Okay, so technically they mentioned it twice, but it was still weak. Your point is still credible because they mentioned it with Heyman, and Heyman's like, I have no idea who that was.
I didn't do it. Yeah.
It was really quick, and it's just weak. And then again, I know it's TV, you're supposed to disband our disbelief, but you're saying, hey, keep this under wraps while a camera's fucking in front of you.
Nigga, we all saw it. Keep it under wraps.
Yeah, or we see you talking to the. You're like, hey, keep this a secret. I need you to do an investigation. While camera light is on you.
Who is this nigga?
What are you doing, bro?
Who is this? Why is he important to the storyline? Like, who is this?
I thought he told the ref to just mosey around the locker room and see what you hear. See if you hear something.
But he's doing that in front of he's doing that on a live. It would have been different if Kathy walked up to snuck up on Pierce as he's talking to, I think the ref is named Eddie. And then we kind of hear it off mic, but he's literally looking damn near directly looking into the camera. Might as well and say, all right, I need you to do some investigation real quick, but keep this under wraps. This is just between me and you. You're in front of the fucking camera.
Bro,
somebody knows something about the Masked Man that attacked Punk. You're the number one to figure it out. Why is he the number one to figure it out? What the hell is going on here, man?
I would have rather it been on a cell phone with his back turned and then cool. Y'all wasn't supposed to hear that. That would have just made a little more sense to me. I'm like, what do we like?
You want to hand this task to a ref? The last ref wasn't even responsible stopping it. The last ref just looked like, oh, this is a Nick Cage. Ain't that some shit? Oh, stomp. Oh, he's out of here. Last ref didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing, bro. I can't trust this group of refs.
I guess that goes for both companies, huh?
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, so we'll see what that turns out to. Clearly doing a slow burn on that, but it was just very funny to kind of like sit there and ponder, like, bro, what is going on here?
Which doesn't make any sense to do a slow burn if you're not going to try to keep our interest. Makes no sense.
Don't do a slow burn at the pay-per-view. Don't give me like what should be a big pop at the pay-per-view and then now, we're going to turn the burner off. Like, no.
Well, somebody lost a family member, so they had to make some shit
up.
For I guarantee you that's probably not how that was going to go on Monday. He was going to come out and probably say, I don't know who the fuck that was that stomped me or did da-da-da-da-da.
Probably.
But Heyman, if that was you, get out here and then...
Scrap that segment too. We don't have to see that this week.
We already are pissed that how it ended because we don't know who the fuck that was.
I'd rather be pissed that it didn't happen than be pissed that you gave me something that was half-assed.
Or they could have just not did it at the show.
Don't burn my crack, nigga. Just give me the real shit. Like...
How is that your analogy? I'm sick.
You could have said, don't smash my bread. You could have said anything. Don't smash my bread.
What, bro?
You watching Jackie Brown or something? Like,
I told you I was watching Boondocks, man. I've been watching the Boondocks.
He said, but Jay, I'll sell drugs in the community.
Okay, so we got that out the way. Liv does return here. Everybody's happy to see Liv. It's actually kind of cool because I think at the end of the show she does like the belt exchange, right? Where Roxanne gives the belt to Liv, and Liv's like, "Nah, like this is you." So now that kind of like, I guess not necessarily retcons, but we see that there's no beef there, right? We're good, at least right now. There's no beef there. Yeah. And then also same show we see that Liv has her eyes on another title.
Which yes, and that's a feud that needs to happen, and I'm gonna say Liv needs to win. But
really,
that's in the future. Yeah, because I think it was too, for me. It was too. My opinion, it was too soon for Valkyria and Julia to win titles without the But Valkyria is more over than Julia. Like the audience is a little more accustomed to her, and whatnot. Bless you. But
he didn't sneeze. That nigga was choking. He was about to die. You good?
Oh,
because we can't get over there. Are you good?
Yeah, definitely good.
I wasn't looking at the camera. It sounded like he sneezed me.
No,
I was
bro.
trying to hold it back. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Almost died over here.
Then he tried to find the mute button.
I couldn't. I didn't have no hotkeys. I was about to die. You ever like you need a button so bad? It's like
where is it?
Where's the button?
Where is it?
But that's neither here nor there. I was going to say that I like, man, I'm glad Liv's back. Like, the energy just feels different. That promo, I loved it because she pretty much was like, I heard the Judgment Day was a bunch of bitches since I've been gone. Heard y'all ain't got no gold. Like, I loved it. Yeah, y'all some losers. That's what I've been hearing. Like, I loved it. And I love the ending, too. Yeah, the energy just feels back, man. And then, but it also made me think, we got to get this draft or some trades going. There's a lot of star power on Raw. Like there's too much swagger, too much aura, damn near.
Can you scoot over?
Oh yeah, you're not in the frame.
Yeah, there you go.
We're good.
I think the people want to see your face.
My bad. I can see your face, so I
He doesn't know. Yeah, that he's out of frame. It's all right.
Got it.
We're good.
Yeah.
Got it.
We got that New Day tag with AJ and Dragon Lee, which was a great tag team match. I highly enjoyed that. Do they have a name yet?
Yeah, AJ Lee.
I ain't never used this button before, but we got to round the horn him. We got to round the horn him.
Oh, that's great. I had to look down, and this shit said Mike muted. I was like, oh.
We got to round the horn him. That was crazy.
I think they're called the Dragon Community.
You ain't gonna mute his mic? Because that's crazy.
We got to round the horn him too.
Okay, all right.
We got to round the horn him too. That was kind of crazy.
Play fair. Play fair.
Cool. Getting outside of that, they did retain here with the dope spot, the pop-up Styles Clash, which was fire. We have never seen anybody do a pop-up with a Styles Clash. Was fucking dope. But let's talk about this Braun Breaker promo. I believe like that happened here next. man, did that man look like a star. Braun looked like he was ready to go. This is his best promo that I've heard him like do. I've been on here saying Braun can't talk. The boy just couldn't talk, but he figured it out here. And this one was like, oh, there's some dog in this promo.
You know why he could talk?
Why?
Because Paul Heyman is here. I'm telling you, bro. Even though he stole my name, I'm telling you, bro. This shit revolve around Paul Heyman. They're gonna find if they're smart, they're gonna find a way to bring this to that nigga. Got to be like the Penguin or somebody or something. He got to be just conniving, the ultimate like bad guy.
I did like that he turned the spot on his neck into like a promo spot. Like, you trying to take me out? You try to end my career?
Kill me?
You try to kill? Like, that was kind of cool too. Like I like when we can take something like that was clearly not supposed to happen, and we like, no, let's just make it into something. I tried to take you out. So just being able to pivot into that was really cool. Calling a soft ass bitch was not on my radar. Did not expect that, but that definitely happened. And it didn't feel like it was forced, right? It didn't feel. It just felt. It caught me off guard. I didn't expect him to say it. It didn't sound bad. It was like, oh, whoa.
It sounded. It's almost like he said it before. You know, it came off natural.
But inside the same promo, he's talking about like, it doesn't matter who, what Batman try to jump the cage and steal his moment. Like, it's still disappointing to pin Punk so easily and whatnot. But yeah, he's cooking. He's
a Steiner's Steiner. That's what
Did he say something about Seth too in this promo? Or am I mistaken that? Maybe I'm missing that.
I do not recall.
In the same promo, Heyman announces that Netflix January 5th, Punk, Braun Breaker, World Heavyweight Championship live. So, like DT mentioned earlier, we got a whole championship match announced a whole 2 months at the time. Month in advance. So, we know that that's the next play here. So, expect the next 3 weeks to have something to do with like Breaker and Punk. So that promo or whatever's not going to happen. 2 weeks probably. 2 weeks actually.
They take that week off, that holiday week.
Fair.
And they'll run they'll do like a post. This is all the shit that happened this year type situation.
Yeah, it's funny because I think he ended like last year. Punk came up to him at Mania. Actually, was able to cut the promo with the big dogs and whatnot, and like, hey, he here.
Well, man, Punk's comeback has to be. You said all that shit and I wasn't here. So now that I'm here, now talk. Like, if you're gonna do it,
you gotta do
it. Do it. He's one of the best. However you might feel about Punk, he's one of the best on the mic people in wrestling, probably ever. So Cena, So you did all that talking, but I wasn't there, and you was in a room full of your homies, or in a ring full of your homies. So now I'm here. It's me and you. Let's see you carry a promo, kid. And then if I'm Braun Breaker, I'm just gonna spear the shit out of him. I'm not dealing with you. I said what I had to say. I said what I had to say. I'm spearing you.
We're not talking. We're talking. No. Speaking of no talking, Peter Graps, Gunther, Solo, bodies, bro. Like it was. This is the okay. I don't know how to phrase this. But I'm gonna say this in a very non-weird way. This is the best way, the best mistake to happen, right? Like this. This wasn't supposed to be Gunther versus Solos, or it was supposed to be Gunther versus Penta. So the fact that we got this mistake of a match that actually turned into one of my favorite matches this year, I'll take it. Like
Solos cold,
man.
Bob Ross will call it a happy accident.
I like that. Very happy accident. Very, very happy accident. And it made me realize that like Gunther is one of those talents that you can put anybody in there and you can have a banger match, which also kind of goes to the safe effect of him working John Cena. Because we talked about it before, like Gunther's his 5-week run here of Javon Evans and now Solo, and I think before that it was I'm missing somebody. It
He
was
smacked somebody. Who was it?
and maybe it was 3 weeks. Maybe it hasn't been 4 weeks. I can check. No. Gunther has wrestled more people, but my point being is that since his return, boy been on fire. Somebody look up Gunther's matches. The boy has been on fire here. In this particular match, Solo looks good. Solo is. I don't think it can be up for discussion anymore. That he is the better out of the brothers, and you're supposed to be. Like, if
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
So
fire.
Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes, and Solo Sikoa.
Fire, bro. Like
and LA Knight.
not LA Knight. Like.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Like he's killing, bro. Like that's a crazy run, bro. And of course we knew that he was going to win. And had he won on some BS, we probably would have been a lot more critical. But the fact that he's been winning decisively and having great matches at the same time, I'm not mad. Boy's been cooking. He's been cooking. But I was saying before, like he gave us that Solo is the better. He's the better out of the brothers. He's the best one out of the Usos and Roman too. And that's because Roman don't wrestle as much. But Solo is that guy. And he probably should have won the W Championship. I'll go up and say it. Fuck it. I'm on the edge here. I'll say it.
When should he have won it?
When he was feuding with Cody. Should have been a little 4 week, little 8 week. Little 8 week. Little 8 week hold.
I'm not against that.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what my takeaway for this match?
What you got?
So everything you said about Gunther, everything DT is said and is about to say about Gunther, all agree with it. Everything you said about Solo, I agree with. What this showed me is that Solo should be a face, and he needs to dump these nerds. That's
you just don't like.
You just don't like the group.
Yeah, bro. You listen.
It's deeper than that. Like he like in this match, Gunther, like in this match, he was technically working babyface, and we saw a different aspect. Like we know Solo can go, but this is arguably easily Solo's like best match ever, and it was him working a different style. And like when he was doing the comedic stuff on the mic a couple months ago, we're like, oh, this is his personality. Like this is great. Like honestly, he should be like when he was in NXT for that short stint, and he was being the street fighter, like the proto Hook. He was dope. Like haven't seen him work this like this. Granted, it is Gunther, and like Gunther's on that list of people who can wrestle a paper bag. But yeah, Solo look he worked great. Yes, I don't like the group. JC, like oh my gosh, watching him on SmackDown oh my gosh, I almost had a damn brain aneurysm. But
wait. I finally seen it, by the way, too. I forgot who Solo and Tama Tonga walked up on, but when Tama walked up on somebody and then JC came around the corner and was like this, I was like, oh, I see it. I see it now. I see what Hero complaining about. Yeah, bro, I was like, what is he doing, bro? He said. Like, what is he doing, bro?
I absolutely hate it. But yeah, no, I think Solo needs to be faced, bro. Like we've seen this version of him for a while, but again, like with his comedic chops, and he's good on the mic, and in this particular work style that he was doing, this particular work rate, I don't know. I was loving it. I love it. I would like to see more of it, but we can't see more of it if he's going to continue to be this version of Solo with the MFTs and all that stuff.
So, I'm about to push back on you because that sounds great. You're right. Sounds great, fantastic. And then you see his promo on Friday, and that's probably his best promo that I've ever seen, and he was a heel in that promo. And Solo, essentially what I'm saying, Solo could do whatever. Solo could do anything that the company needs him to do. They just gotta let him do it. That's what my hands is up on that.
Well, yeah, once he's able to get that free reign of like adjusting on the fly and doing things, like it's gonna be up. Cause Solo, he has it, bro. In particular, in this match, even though it wasn't a spot for him, the spot where he draws back for the spike and Gunther just slaps the shit out of his chest, bro. It was like, oh yeah, this is, and that's the thing when you get in these matches with Gunther, you know your chest is about to be on fire, and not everybody can take that spot, right? But to see like, yo, he's able to work like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, it showed me a different side. Like, yeah, okay, Solo, you really got what it takes. It takes real demons to get in the ring with Gunther and take those, like, that's not the fake aspect of wrestling, people. That's not like, oh, he fake hit him. No. Them chops?
You're bleeding. The blood drips to the top, comes to the top, breaks. It breaks your epididymis every time.
Carmelo Hayes is a black man. His chest is red.
Yeah, epidermis.
Epidermis.
Like, yo, he got the chops where it turned you red. Like, that's nah. Yeah. Anywho, great match. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. I might watch it after I get out of this. Actually, I got a list of matches to watch, but we'll get to that later, or in a future episode.
AKA later.
Later. Yeah, same thing. Ray is backstage and he has a promo with Logan Paul, and I almost wanted to like turn the TV off because no.
I was like, this again? For what? That was my reaction.
Nah, bro. I don't need it.
Ray needs something to do until him and Dom can face off
in AAA Mania
or something. Yeah. I don't know if they run it back for WrestleMania. I don't know if they run it or do it for. Well, we already found out that Royal Rumble's going to be 4 matches, which is anyway. So I don't know. But
in particular, I think whatever feud Ray does with Dom, and I mentioned AAA Mania on purpose, is that you can't keep going about you're the greatest luchador of all time, and we do this on WWE TV. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah. Raw, SmackDown, PLE TV. Like, this has to be done over there. Like, you can't do the lucha shit and be like, I'm the greatest luchador, and now we got this match on Survivor Series. Like, no, they got to be down there. Like, in front of that audience with that crowd, I'm tuning in 1,000%. Because that's what I want to see. Like, that. I don't want to see it in Wisconsin. Sorry.
What was the name of their... It just happened, like, in the last 6 months. AAA had a big show
I'm not
on
too
YouTube.
Sure.
I want to call it... And I know it's not Worlds Collide, but it was something like that. It was something to that effect.
There was a Worlds Collide.
They did have Worlds Collide.
They did have a Worlds Collide.
Then maybe that's...
I think that was the first one. But.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But they got talent over there, and they should showcase it.
Didn't they? I think I saw a clip. I think it was an NXT clip, and Iguana Dude was beefing with Ethan Page. So I definitely saw that happen too. So like they are working. So I'm not mad at that either. It was Worlds Collide. That was the one that was in Vegas in September. So it was Worlds Collide, and then they had Triple Mania in August. So like they're doing their thing. Women's tag match. Bliss, Charlotte, Rio. We didn't even talk about it, but Bliss and Rhea and IYO are trying to challenge for the tag belts, and Bliss and them was like, nah. That we actually kind of need to go get that back, so y'all need to like pump the brakes a little bit here. Any thoughts here on the match and whatnot?
The match was good. The ending of it, all the chaos was good. Like this is one of the. It's been a while, probably since when Bianca and Jade had it, but it's. I mean, honestly, not even then. I don't. This is one of the best. What am I trying to say? Right now, the tag division is cooking, and like there's a lot of top stars that are in this tag division that's going on, and I'm extremely excited that it's actually getting this type of attention, because this is kind of what people always wanted, and for every division, male or female. So I'm excited for that. I really liked Rhea's opening promo, where essentially she's like, yeah, WarGames is all good, but yeah, we still don't fuck with y'all bitches, so we want these titles. And that's essentially what she said, and I fucking love it. And then that's when Charlotte and Alexa came out, and it's like, well, we got a rematch. But yeah, no, the match was good, man. all four are great. Yeah, Asuka and Kari come out. They're doing good shit. Then Bailey and Lyra come out, and then Judgment Day, and then something similar again happens on SmackDown. And I'm liking the division. I'm liking the cohesion. Granted, like it makes the whole brand thing kind of null and void, but it's already been like that for months. No one's really tied to a show at this point. Especially because, on SmackDown, we're going to get a mixed tag with Damian and the Terror Twins versus Alistair and Zelina, which
I did see that too.
Rhea's on a side mission, which, again, SmackDown needs more star power. So, I think that's very helpful. I thought it was a good-ass ending to Raw, and then Judgment Day's on top. I will say it's still the same formula that we talked about like a month and a half ago. 4 people came out, cut a promo, set up the match later, and then the match ends with a bunch of chaos.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Heels on top. But
did you enjoy the show?
All that, it was a really good. To me, it was a really good Raw.
I think it's because it doesn't involve the same. Like it wasn't the same formula with the same people.
It wasn't with the dudes. It was just with the the women now. But my thing is like it's still like we still are rerunning like Judgment Day shit. And I kind of want to get away from that in a different, like, formula. Like, I need something else from Judgment Day besides what we are accustomed to them doing, which is tag team belts. We ain't got them. We don't get them back. It's going to take us 8 weeks. 8 weeks. We got them back. Now we back on top. And now it's just this continuous cycle of, like, Judgment Day. We
only defend them once.
Yeah, well, they won't.
Calendar 3 months. Yeah.
Like, I need something to, like, kind of shake that up here. Yeah, I don't know.
I got something that could shake it up. If you want to like shake it up.
Please.
I think what's the best way to put this? If you wanted to truly shake it up, I think Liv should go after Vicare, lose in her first match. Big Mommy Cool goes back for a second match and wins the belt.
Remember that conversation we had about like not letting people get close to the sun?
Nah, I think you're trying to be funny.
I'm being dead ass though, because I would love to see Raquel have the belt, but if Raquel gets the belt, she's running with this bit. Like,
I think that will that'll shake it up enough for Liv to be fake. People, yeah, that's my thought. I can write it out some more, but that's what I would think.
You mean Liv you're gonna write it out and turn it in? You know, Raw's on Monday. We know you got to get the email off.
all right.
We know you got to get it off. All right, cool. That was Raw. Enjoyed Raw. Really liked. Once again, Solo, Gunther, killed it. Let's pitch over to Dynamite. This, I guess, the next couple weeks is all Continental Classic stuff. It's all tournament wraps or grabs this week, or in fucking on Collision as well. I'll start off with this one because this is exactly how the show kicks off. Eddie Kingston gets a title match against Samoa Joe, which I was like, how this happened? How did we get here? And why? But sure, everybody needs like a first like a
warm up. Yeah, go ahead. Say it.
Like,
say it.
I didn't want to use the word like fluffer because that sounds so weird. But like
filler.
Like yeah, everybody needs a filler or like the person they know they're gonna beat here, and it's Eddie Kingston and Samoa Joe, and I'm like, okay. Eddie's just mad at Joe for taking Hook. But it was like, Hook was already with Joe and them. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know.
For me, it doesn't make it like.
I will agree with you. It makes no sense to me, especially considering who lost and who was at the pay-per-view. Where like those two guys should be the ones coming after you. But sure,
yeah,
Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, the part that doesn't make sense as far as Eddie goes is like you were with Hook for like 2.5 weeks. The promo was good. I have a disconnect with Eddie Kingston. Yeah,
ditto.
Ditto. I have a huge disconnect. Cause like this is gonna sound weird to say. I like the concept of Eddie Kingston more than I like Eddie Kingston. Because I get it. I get he's a nerd, and I'm not gonna body shame, but I just don't see it. I don't understand it per se, but this was a good opening promo, and it's two vets on the mic. We don't get this very often, and this is no shade, but we don't get this very often in AEW because there's only 6 people that can really, really cut you down on the mic, and have a really good back and forth. And to me, this is a good back and forth. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I have a hard time buying that. You a dude from New York,
So it's similar. I understand what you're explaining here because I know what you're talking about. It's like the disconnect that's happened. But the thing with me and Eddie Kingston is that he's such a good talker that I'm able to believe what you're trying to do, what you're trying to get across. It's similar to where and once again, no shade. When I hear Punk and Punk talk, I'm able to be like, okay, he's really there. But physically looking at Punk, you stand no chance against Gunther. But your promos make me believe that you're able to do this, and I feel that's the exact same way with Eddie Kingston. To where I believe that you are going to do what you say. In particular, in this promo with Eddie Kingston, he's talking about I need the Joe from ROH. Don't bring me this Joe that you got right here. I don't want him because you bring me this Joe here, I'm going to eat him alive. And I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. You're setting the tone here. You want to see ferocity out of your opponent here, and I'm excited. I'm intrigued here to see what that looks like.
Is there any chance at all that Eddie Kingston wins?
No.
It's too soon.
That would be Joe's first offense.
But a second title reign, though.
Once again, even if you want to think about it and be like, oh, it's a possibility, it's not, because it's a numbers game. Eddie Kingston's going in solo. There is still 2 other members of the ops here, 3 members of the ops here. Somebody's going to get involved. That's just what it is. It's just bloodline shenanigans because you're able to do it. And it also going to boost up the heel.
Did either one of you guys ever see the movie Ghost Dog with Forrest Whitaker?
I know
it sounds familiar.
The trailer where he's the samurai with the braids and everything like that.
That's what Eddie Kingston reminds me of. Because I like Forrest Whitaker, but I couldn't buy him as a samurai. I was like, this nigga a samurai? Doing all this sort it was a disconnect when I watched the movie. Because I was like, this is Forrest Whitaker.
hey, Jay, he almost did the Kanye thing. I like Lady Gaga. But what the fuck did Lady Gaga got to do with Polaroid? He almost did it. It was in there.
But I think that's also Eddie Kingston's thing, is that he's able to just do that. You made it I don't understand how you are who you are and why you're loved the way you are, but you're able to get it across multiple fans. It's such a bizarre concept, but he's really good at it. And when he is on point, he's on point.
He comes off quote unquote real, which
relatable.
It's relatable. It's a breath of fresh air. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, you might be able to show me where to get a good chopped cheese, but I don't really buy you was in the streets of New York like that.
Man, he's.
But that's just me.
I don't know. But I think it is that relatable factor, because when you're sitting at home, there's a guy at home who looks exactly like Eddie Kingston. Oh, he's talking to me, or people who work the 9 to 5. He's talking to me. The people who do public transportation, he's talking to me, and that's once you're able to connect with the audience on that level, you're golden. It don't matter what you look like. That's just what it is, and that relatability can carry you really, really far. It's kind of similar to Dusty Rhodes, right? Dusty's able to talk to the working man, right, and get to you and get to your heart, your soul, your family, and it just translates. It's really fucking good, bro. And that's also the benefit of professional wrestling. That's the part I love about pro wrestling, is that anybody can do it. They can get over. First match here is Okada.
Real quick.
Wait. What?
All right, so because this episode proved exactly what I was trying to convey last week before you two gaslit me and called me crazy. Now, if we take the word literally, if we take the word if we take the word screen time literally, Paul Heyman might have more screen time. But Don Callis absolutely has more exposure. So like they both could have an in-ring promo, they both could have a backstage segment. The glaring difference is that since he has 13 people, Callis is almost always on commentary. He was in the take away the Joe in Kingston thing, which I think that was maybe 15 minutes. He was in the next 55 minutes of the show because he was doing commentary both those matches. If in AEW matches, they typically go 15 to 20 minutes, and he does this on Collision, that's like an hour of extra time a week of hearing this walking nipple on my goddamn TV. That's all I wanted to say. And I feel like this episode, 55, he was on TV from the first match until the women's match.
See, this is how you know that when he gets something in his head, he will do any and everything that he can to prove his point. This man watched Dynamite, wrote down the time that he appeared on television, and then wrote down the time when he was off television. And he can't tell me he didn't do it because there's no Bleacher Report or nothing that's going to tell you when Don Callis left TV.
I almost wrote down the time. I did not. But
See?
the way but the women's match started because it starts at 8:00. The women's match started at 9:10 p.m. So that means again, yeah, he was on for 55 minutes.
He's not
hearing
wrong.
him talk.
He's 1000% correct because I was looking. I was like, was he there? I was like, yeah, he was there for Okada and Pac, and then he was there for Fletcher and Kevin Knight, and then after that Fletcher and Kevin Knight, he did the Kenny return, and then there was a backstage promo where Okada and Konosuke and Fletcher were back there. So he's not wrong. There was a lot of Don Callis this episode.
What I said is that it's what Paul Heyman, what they're venturing doing is having him be the WWE version of that.
That is his point. That was his point.
They're going to try to make it cooler and better, but if he has 4 or 5 of the hottest young niggas on the show, and he's introducing each one of them, he's coming out at the beginning of the promo, he's in the matches. Yeah, we may not hear him on commentary, but he has backstage segments. He's ringside. He's coming out at the top of the show at the promo with all 4 of them. He's introducing them. It's the same thing. It's just a less annoying version.
It's true. It's a more exposed version of the Don Callis family because
that's what I'm saying. It's we hear Sorry.
Because even with Paul Heyman this week, he cut his promo. He's talking about Brock is he's the beast, and then he did the Braun Breaker. He broke down the team it's predominantly the same shit. It's just one is the show of Raw, and the other one I don't think is the show of AEW, not the main event of AEW at least, or main course. I think that's still Joe and Hangman and Swerve and them, but yeah. Getting to it, it's Continental Classic. Pac is up 3-0 against Okada. Okada lost his match last week against Fletcher, which was a great match. If you haven't watched it, go watch that. To kind of get through this one here. This also was a really good match. The
Continental Classic is the only time this motherfucker decides to work.
I told you got them badges. You got the badges.
Actually move around and do cardio.
He was getting down with Pac. He was getting down with Pac. And I wasn't mad at the win or how he won. Sneaky little roll up here, gets in, gets out. It's interesting to kind of see the dynamic of the Death Riders in this entire thing because 3 Death Riders are in the Continental Classic. And actually, this show ends with Death Rider versus Death Rider. But to see Pac kind of be a little pissed off here that he didn't get the win here makes sense because Okada's definitely not going down 6 points in the Continental Classic. That's just not happening. So, cool. I'm cool with that. Pac is going to be fine. Okada's going to be fine. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's going to end with Okada versus Konosuke. I think that's what they want anyway. But we'll see.
Speaking of looking fine, well, no, that came out wrong. But man, Pac is jacked as hell. I'm not going to say he's on the juice, but god damn.
Good recovery. Because
he is swole as shit.
That was pause worthy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put nothing on anybody's name here, but like he is swole as shit. It was like, you know, when AJ came back and AJ was like swole as shit, and Randy came back and he was swole as shit, and everybody had their eyebrows a little up. Like, I'm not saying anything, but the man is jacked. Like, the hell is going on?
Yeah, that was I was like.
It's funny because they mentioned that. They mentioned that in the match. They were like, "Oh, he just has a lean diet of like, you know, he's probably gonna go here and do his carbs or whatever." Like they were talking about like his body, and people. I'm like, okay, no matter how much protein you eat in the world, man, I don't know. I don't know.
Creatine in the
I don't know, man.
Looked like Finn Balor. Finn Balor took steroids.
Nah, because even Finn, I don't want to see Finn on like any kind of juice. Finn was cut naturally. Pause. That sounds kind of crazy. I was checking out that man's body, which I'm not. But like, Finn's been cool.
He walks around shirtless. You should.
I'm just gonna leave that where it's at. Mark Briscoe cuts a promo. He's giving Daniel Garcia another run at the TNT title because they've had, you know, their 1v1s before, and I was like, very interesting choice for that. We're jumping right back into Death Rider stuff. Sure, go for it. Knock stuff out here. Looks like it's going to happen at Winter's Coming, which is next week in Cardiff. Is it Cardiff?
Yep, Cardiff. Yep.
Yeah, they're overseas. So it looks like we're going to see that happen. Ricochet cuts a promo about the Demand, kind of promoting his match against Dalton Castle on Ring of Honor. Ricochet terrible, or the promo's terrible?
Yep. I know I said that I don't want to see him have a mic. I guess I have to extend it to also pre-taped backstage segments because I thought it was terrible.
Okay.
That was
cool. All right, just moving.
Talented young man.
Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong cuts a promo. Roderick Strong is not a part of the conglomeration. I was pretty sure he was, but apparently, no. That is y'all and y'all friends group. I'm gonna break your goddamn back, which is all of what I took from this promo. Pause.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then if we want to talk about it real quick, Darby just got announced that he's not in the Continental Classic. Looks like Darby's actually injured and he's off the show. Looks like he's replaced with Jack Perry. That came out earlier today. Whatever happened, they said it wasn't the drop kick that injured them. It wasn't the drop kick, but it was something else that happened in that match that injured him. That drop kick was nuts, though.
The drop kick was nuts, but it's like, if it wasn't to me, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, the drop kick did it. In my mind, I'm like, out of all the things that happened to you, you've been hit by a bus, you've been like all the real life things that's happened to him. You know, he jumped through glass. The drop kick is what injured you, and now you're telling me that it wasn't even a drop kick. So now I'm like really curious. I'm like, what is wrong with like all the daredevil shit you be doing? It finally caught up to you. I'm very curious. Like, what the hell was it? You know, like
he tripped. He just this is gonna climb Mount Everest.
Like,
he just
something
tripped
normal
and fell over. Like, oh, I'm hurt.
He like rolled his ankle walking down the steps or some shit like that. Like that, and that's kind of how that shit would work. It's like you can take all this shit. That man woke up and stumped his head on something. Now he's just out. But anywho, and not to like make light of anybody's injury, he's gonna be out. So we don't know for how long. They just say he's gonna be out, and so.
Real question.
There you go.
Does Jack take his points, or does Jack have to start all over, or start from zero?
That's a good question. That is a great question. I didn't check the board because they did put the board up on Dynamite or on Collision, so I will have to check that out. I'll get back to you on that. Kevin Knight versus Kyle Fletcher. Both men got 3 points here. Fire fucking match as well. These are two solid young talents here. Kevin Knight's. I don't have any more I could say about Kevin Knight. Like he's it. The guy's cold. Fletcher gets the win here with the Brain Buster. He gets 6 points here, and eventually we're probably gonna get. Yeah, is Kenosuke on this side? We're going to get Callis member versus Callis member. And it's not going to be Okada and fucking Kenosuke. It's going to be, like, Fletcher and Kenosuke. at some point. I got to check the board here to see if they're even in the same league.
Because Kyle and Okada, they're in the same league. Isn't that why they fought?
That's what I'm thinking. And actually, not. So they are in the same league. That's confirmed.
Okay, yeah. So then I feel like Konosuke would be in blue then.
Let's see here.
Jack Perry is at 0 points.
He's at 0.
Yeah, Konosuke's in blue. So yeah, it's gonna end up being a Callis family member somewhere. 'Cause I don't see Konosuke losing on that side. It's Konosuke, Mox, Claudio, Roderick, Dorada, and Orange Cassidy. Mox already lost twice, so he's probably not going to win it here. And I think Claudio is 3-3 or 2-1 because he lost to Dorada. So like, yeah, Konosuke might make it through this joint.
You got Roderick Strong at 0 with 0-2. Orange Cassidy or OC 1-1 with a score of 3. Dorada 1-1 with a score of 3. John Moxley 1-2 with a score of 3. Konosuke 2-0 with a score of 6. Claudio with a 2-1 with a score of 6 in the Blue League. Gold League, you got Speedball 0-1 sorry, with 0. You got Jungle Jack Perry 0-1 with 0. Pac 1-1 with 3. Kevin Knight 1-1 with 3. Okada 1-1 with 3, and then Fletcher at 2-0 with 6.
Yeah, so that's the story here. We've been asking for like who's going to be the baby face, what's going to break up the Don Callis family, and I think we're kind of watching it happen in real time here. So get prepared for that story. Post this match, we see that Callis family calls out the Bucks. Bucks coming out for that bread. They're not gonna get that bread. You should have took the money when you had the chance to. Power of friendship was the power of friendship at that moment until the bills hit. So, definitely that. It looks like they come out. They get jumped by the Don Callis family. Kenny comes out, kind of like equalizes it. Also, Jurassic Express is there. So. We're going to get some kind of elite versus the Callis family as well. There's a lot going on here. That's the story I think they're telling right now is the Don Callis family breakdown or disruption.
Bro, Kenny Omega has been fighting the Don Callis family for 2 fucking years. This needs to end.
There's 13 of them.
Well, yeah,
his bloodline vortex.
More, but I like, he has... Bruh, Bloodline Vortex in the last 2 years with one character.
Jay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I started watching, like the very first AEW show.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever their first pay-per-view was, or PLE, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Omega looks spry, young, bouncing all over the place.
Yes.
When I see him now. Him don't look like that. Yeah.
No. 6 years later. So he's not going to look like that.
And
diverticulitis too. So like, yeah.
Okay.
So like, yeah, after the diverticulitis too. So a lot has changed since that particular time. Kenny Omega.
That was my question, because I know there was a point where he said he wanted to be presented as, a main guy or whatever the case was. I know you really rock with him tough. So I'm just trying to see like what happened in between this show that I'm currently watching and then when I watch him come out and he moves like Braun Strowman.
Diverticulitis. Surgery.
Got it.
That's age.
And a lot of wear and tear from doing,
for sure,
hardcore matches all the time or into Japanese stuff too.
Just work rate. Like, just Kenny was like, by the time we saw Kenny, he was already seasoned from like New Japan. So he's coming in with like a nice chunk of change already like being worked on his body. So it's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's, damn, this is tough. Yeah, I'm not explaining like the basketball world because it hasn't really like happened to like somebody you would consider like the greatest athlete of all time. Like, because even Braun's still going to how he is right now. But I guess it's kind of like, I guess in a way, like you were that guy. At least, nah, because Braun's still Braun.
Arvydas Sabonis was cold overseas, and then when he came to
hell no, because when fucking Kenny came over to AEW, that first 6 years prior to the surgery and diverticulitis, boy was cooking.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like,
I'm just asking. You know,
what you're seeing now is just a result of that. Like Kenny came back last year. I think last year was his first match back since the surgery. So like,
how much longer do you think he wrestles?
Truthfully, 2 years maybe,
Okay.
and at the same pace that he's doing it now, like the sporadicness of it. Like Kenny don't wrestle every week. Like Kenny pop out, do a V trigger, go back to the back. Like he's being preserved for a reason. It makes sense. Yeah, so maybe 2 years, and even then, like that's still like he still can perform at a really high level, just not at the level that we're accustomed to, and that's kind of like when you're watching your legends not do the like you're not T-Mac no more. Like that's kind of like
I'll never forget that on the fast break, and he got
like
rim checked from under the basket. I was like, oh,
like you
shit.
still like in my eye, I still see you as Orlando Magic T-Mac, but you got a Spurs jersey on, so it's not the same thing.
Noted.
Getting out of that thing I did not like on this match, and not saying anything or about the show. Marina Megan Bain versus Mina and Tony in the championship tournament semifinals for the hardcore holiday death match. And here's my issues with this, right? Is that I've said it before. There didn't need to be a stipulation here. 1, 2, we're already like not even a cool month away from Blood and Guts. Like I didn't need it to happen again. And 3, because you're doing it now for a third time, it lacks its shock value. Like it's not like I've already seen the maximum of what this can be shown to me. What?
I was looking at Hero's face as he's like, yeah, that's only what I've ever been saying ever.
I've never had sicko activity happen in such short spans, okay? I need to have my fixes in like 8-week spurts.
There was a point in time where there was blood every single week. And honestly, there has been
blood
the last 3 weeks there's been blood. Yes.
That's fine. Blood don't make it sicko activity. Sicko activity is watching somebody's body go through a glass table. Sicko activity. Syringe in somebody's mouth. Sicko activity. Getting, dead-eyed on a cinder block. Sicko activity. These are things I enjoy.
Right.
But when it comes to like
the shock value, right? And it's like we keep seeing this every single week, like because doesn't Moxley bleed on this episode? It's just a
stipulation. He did bleed on this episode. But like the thing with, and we'll get to that. But like the thing with this match in particular is that like there could have been any other like stipulation we could have done here. It didn't have to be the hardcore. It could have been a submission. You lost in submission. You go into submission with them, and probably shouldn't have won if that was the case, because that's Marina's whole thing. But like, give me something to like change it up here. I'm not mad at there being a stipulation. I'm just mad that it's like hardcore. It's like
the same. It's just another no holds bar. Like
I don't look at Tony Storm as like the Sandman. Like that's just not. That's not in your repertoire. That's not your DNA. Like respectfully. But either way, match was still good. We all knew that Tony and them were going to win here. So let's just get to like the big picture, which is the finals of the Women's Tag Team Championships is Willow and Harley versus Mina and Tony. That is what it broke down here. I was completely wrong about it being a heel babyface because that didn't fucking happen. Now we have babyface versus babyface, two of the biggest here, and we're going to get it tag team champions.
Y'all know who I'm rooting for.
Yeah, so I didn't expect it to be face versus face either. I've been talking about how there's going to be Tony and Mina for like a couple of months now. But now that it's all, timeless love bombs versus the Babes of Wrath, I'm not upset with either one. And honestly, I'm going to go with DT. I low-key want Willow and Harley to win, low-key. But I feel like but the money thing to do, the smart thing to do, I don't want to say smart, but the money thing to do would keep it on Tony or put it on Tony.
Yeah, your safe choice is Tony.
I think Babes of Wrath have really good momentum. Everyone loves Willow and everyone loves Harley. I think I would. Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong person. I don't think there's a wrong winner here. Yeah.
Nah.
I'm not upset with either one.
It now makes a lot more sense. I kept saying like, yo, they're putting a lot of money behind like Willow and Harley, like the gear, the promos, like there's a lot of energy being fed here. And I was like, what? Like, I guess because it's a whole tournament thing. I was thinking everybody was getting the same like level of touch. And I started thinking about it. I was like, no, like their gear is good. They got team names. Like there's a lot being like pushed here. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like we already know who Marina, or not Marina, we already know who Tony and Mina are. We know who they are. They had the biggest story this year in April, right? Or March at Revolution. So we're familiar with them. I think safe choice is Tony, but at the same time, like putting them on Willow and Harley would be really, really cool.
If the Babes of Wrath win, I am going to give Mercedes Moné her credit. Because I didn't know who the Harley Cameron was before she wrestled her.
Fair.
And since then, Harley Cameron has been very Chelsea Green-esque to me.
Yeah.
Like, she can get in there, she can wrestle, she looks the way she looks, but she can do anything you ask her to do. And she brings other character work with her that can make her popular. So,
and she's relatively new. So she hasn't been doing this very long at all.
So, and everyone loves Willow because Willow's a heavy hitter and she's she's bubbly. Willow can pretty much wrestle any way you need her to. So
keeping in the realm of team names, I did like Marina's and Megan's team name. I like Mega Problems.
Mega Problems.
I like Mega Problems. That's just dope to me.
I ain't gonna lie. I saw that. I was like, yeah.
I like it. But I like it for a different reason. I like the play on it. Mega Powers was Hulk and Macho. Like I get that. Mega Problems is just kind of like dope to me. Like it doesn't roll off the tongue like, oh my gosh, the Mega Problems. But I just like the fact that like, I mean, in theory, you got mega problems. You come across them. So I like that.
Yeah. If they use their name, like if they were to continue on as a tag team and they use their name as like the punchline of their promos, then I feel like that could catch. That would be fire.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna just say this in the nicest way possible. I forgot Dark Order was signed. This is the first time I saw Dark Order on Dynamite in about 4 years.
All you do look at his face. Look at his face, bro. Listen. There should be a hero says this like, hey, I already told you this. I told you this a year ago.
They could have promo this week, nigga.
The first episode of the pod.
And he has said this before. They've been catering, and I'm like, yeah, no, like they ain't catering, and they were doing stuff like ROH and whatnot. But like, I haven't seen a Dynamite logo next to Dark Order in some time. So like to see them, I was like, oh shit, it's Dark Order. They're back. Oh, hey, it's like a cousin, like a family. Hey, you got big?
Oh, you got out of jail. Like, the cousin that came home from jail. Like, hey, you know what, Hero? I want a segment every week from you where you go down the roster and you date the last time this person was on television. You just pick a random person.
Because it's going to come with disrespect. No. Don't do that. It's going to come from a place of like, he's being informative, but the way he's going to deliver it is going to sound like disrespect. And we just now getting popping. We don't really need nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to get tickets everywhere, okay?
Which real quick. You're right. But real quick, I want to say this. That's also the reason why I sent that Diana Perazzo. I think I said her name right. Perazzo thing in the chat. Because he had asked about her for 3 weeks straight, like a month ago.
When we talked about it. I don't think you were in the episode that we talked about it, but I had mentioned that she was in that Pure Champion tournament for a minute. And granted, it has like been stalled and stopped and whatnot, but she was already doing shit. But he had mentioned that too.
I did not know that they were making another title. But that's what's up.
Yeah, it was announced a long time ago.
Yeah,
like a pure women's champion, which is similar. Like, it's just like it's their championship for like technical wrestling. So like those are like your technical wrestlers get those. Like, I think Nigel was the men's one. Lee Moriarty is the current men's one. He's really fucking good too. So now that version of that is Deonna Purrazzo, and she is a pure like technical wrestler. So that shout out to her, congrats to her. Actually, I watched that match today. It was a dope match. Anywho, getting back to Dark Order, I was like, oh shit, it's Dark Order. What's up, family? I ain't seen in a while. Billy Starks.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Dark Order's here, and they cut a promo against Hook, like, yo, or not Hook, but Hangman, like, hey, we need you to stay out of this. He's like, cool, y'all my boys, I'm not gonna interfere. Cool. Match is over in 5 minutes. Bing, bing, bang. Hangman come out, ready to get back, ready to get active with the ops. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not lying. This is exactly how it happened. Don't interfere. All right, cool, we won't.
I won't.
He got packed up out.
He put the paws on him. He said, all right, I'm coming out now.
It was like, you know, when we watch cartoons, the dust cloud of fighting? That's what it was. It was a dust cloud of fighting, and Ops was up. The Hangman come out with his chain and whatnot. So we still see that Hangman is chasing after Joe and them. And to be fair, he should be chasing Joe and not, like, Hook, but sure.
Oh. I'm looking at photos of Dark Order because I've never seen it before.
I don't understand them trying to make Hook come off as the mastermind of this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge...
And they're putting a lot of effort. They're putting a lot of effort in it, bro. A lot of effort. And Hook being like, you know, you got to be loved in the back, bro. You have to be beloved for them to give you this role of, like, you're the mastermind here. He's cutting promos. He's telling everybody he's the greatest second-generation superstar of all time, which is like...
That threw me off.
But
I'm not going to lie.
No, 1,000%. But I see what you're doing here. You're building heel work. You're getting people to be like, no, bro, you're not. So that way you build natural animosity towards them. I get it. But it's like, I hear what you're saying. I see what you're doing. I don't believe you, but I know exactly what you're doing here. It's like, man. And Hook's a great wrestler. He can wrestle his ass off, bro. It's just this talking part, I don't know.
Real quick. Okay, so before the Dark Order match happens, I busted out laughing during the Hook promo because, again, they're acting like he's the mastermind, and he's like, you know, we're gonna hit up your friends, the Dark Order, and I started bursting out laughing because it's like, they're still signed. It was a very similar thing. And no disrespect to Dark Order.
And I don't want nobody to lose a job. I just ain't seen y'all in forever.
I think the last time I saw them was when the Death Riders beat up everybody in the parking lot. I think that's legit.
That is the last moment. That is the last moment. And to be completely fair, to be completely fair, it's very hard to bounce back from like your leader actually like passing, bro. Like it's hard to build that momentum up because Dark Order was everywhere, and you know you just lose, you know, like Brody, and that changes the trajectory of everything. So I get it. And plus, it's not like any of them were truly like really marketable and really like stand out. Like the one that they had. 10 like ends up changing, takes the mask off, and now you lose your true like face of like your team. So you lost 2 heavy hitters in over 2-year span. I get it. It's hard to build that back up. And to be honest, as like you're in the background and that 2 years is happening, new people are coming, bro. We're seeing, you know, Hurt Business come up. We're seeing the demand. Like it's hard to battle against that. You're fighting a tide, bro.
So question then, why not book them to be the ones that's jumping people? Because
nobody would.
If we had,
I wouldn't.
I'm just being completely honest. Like, who you give me? Like in the time span that Dark Order has been, we have Death Riders, and Death Riders are killing people. Like Death Riders, Hurt, FTR, Jurassic Express came back. Like you just like it's hard to figure out where the hell y'all fit. Like it would be a very hard thing to kind of like book them into like a position of success with the current landscape of the roster.
And that's not including the conglomerate or the learning tree or the Jericho appreciation. So there's been a lot of games. And,
there's been
you know
Don Callis family here. You got 13. You gonna jump them?
I mean,
honestly, they might as well fucking join.
You might be onto something. They need to find something. And because even like Anna left, Anna J left, Anna was doing her thing. Like you kept losing people. Like it's hard, bro. It's very hard to be in that situation. It's kind of like, shit, man. It's kind of like if the Wyatt Six was, had Bray and you lost Bray, and how believable are you to keep pushing this ideal or this team? Like it would be very hard to connect and get back to connecting. So nothing against them, like at all. It's just very unfortunate circumstance. Main event: Claudio Mox 3-3. I love Graps, bro, and I love the story that's being told here. It's leader versus your number one hitter, which I had said last week, or not last week, but like a couple weeks ago, like when Claudio beats him, like what is that going to do?
Well, the way Marina was looking at him, we should cool. So now you have that. He's lost his last 3 matches in a row.
Right?
Shit, maybe 4.
No, he won against Dorado. So he's won in the Continental Classic, but
okay, your
major ones you have been losing, and the one against your own like your own teammate, the one that got the best of you lost. Yeah. And this match was kind of cool too because you had Brian on commentary.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. In the story with because I never noticed this or knew this, but the story is that Claudio never beat Moxley before. And that's one of the reasons why Moxley was the Soto leader, or the quote unquote leader. And so now the story is Claudio finally beat him, and it's like, so now we're gonna be like, well, should you be the leader, type of thing.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
And that was told also because Brian on commentary was like, I didn't beat him, and that's why he was the leader of Blackpool Combat Club. So it's like everything is tying its way together just through not through storytelling with talking, but just through the matches, through the evolution of the history of the group. So we're seeing it, right? We seen that when they won, or when Claudio won, Yuta and Garcia goes up to Claudio. They shaking hands and they with him, and then they turn and go to Mox. The first person to go to Mox was Marina, and she's looking at him like,
"You going outside, my boy?"
Eventually, I'm gonna have to put you down. Like,
is there? This is for the both of you. After this tournament is done, because we already know who we perceive are going to be the final 2 or whatever the case might be. After this tournament is done, is there a quote-unquote come-to-Jesus match between Claudio and Mox for, you could say, reign of the Death Riders? They don't run it back to see, nothing.
No, I think when he loses again and to somebody he shouldn't lose to, off with his head.
Okay.
And maybe I see what you're saying, because maybe in the aspect just for a respect thing, hey, winner gets kicked out of Death Riders kind of situation, or loser gets kicked out of Death Riders. Let's just do this, and whatever happens. I think that's what we got today. Or this week. I think we got that match of if you still got it in you, beat me. And he wasn't able to beat him. And it's also crazy in this match. It's really dope too that you even see Claudio put him in submission moves. It's that's not even his style really like that. He's we're gonna do chokeholds.
He does the sharpshooter. Not the figure eight. Yeah,
the figure eight. But he does a sharpshooter, so he does that. But it's you're trying things here to get your advantage on him, and didn't need it. He fucking uppercutted him and took him out, and that's how he won the match. So it's I love this match. This was a really good match, especially if they really knock this story out of the park. But there's a lot in here that if you pay attention to, it's telling you what's about to happen.
Hero, what do you think in terms of my question? Is there a final a final match?
I think eventually, but I think it's going to start off the way Jay says, because it really, this is going to sound stupid, but it really reminds me of Animal Planet type shit, to where the head gorilla or the head hippo or whatever, you get you're not the alpha anymore. Now I get the mate. Like now you got to go back there and do other shit. And like that's kind of the vibe it's giving me.
It is.
But yeah, I'm a little down on it because I feel like we just seen this with Roman. We're going to see it with Seth, and now we're seeing him. And like I know the three of them. Like I get it.
They do this shit on purpose.
Some of y'all, one of y'all got to do something fucking different. Either way, Moxley needs to disappear for a while before he goes on like a revenge on the Death Riders. Once he eventually gets kicked out or whatever, he needs to even if it's just a month, like just get off the radar. Please take your vacation, and then we'll see. But yeah,
you know this sick motherfucker's gonna go out something really wild. Just absolutely. Like, the thing about him and Bryan Danielson is that they have a twisted fucking mind. The shit that you're like, man, that's really fucked up that you did, they're like in the back, like high-fiving over that shit. So it's like, he's gonna go out on a very wild way. And I say that because eventually you're gonna have a heel world champion. You already have one with Joe, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Max at some point. And you're going to need another babyface to come around that corner. I mean, of course, we're looking at the road to Ospreay at some point. But you're going to need to have something come back. And Mox as a babyface has always been, it's one of AEW's bread and butter. Like, I think the first 2 runs of his AEW championship, he was a babyface. So, 3. Yeah.
You going to put the belt back on him after Death Riders?
I would not.
As a babyface, probably. But not anytime soon. I don't think, I'm speaking in the aspect of 2 years, maybe 3, 2 for sure, maybe 2.5. But like, yeah, at this next round it's Ospreay. That's what we're getting ready for. So yeah, that was AEW. Next week we'll be talking about Cena, of course. Maybe in the news segment, depending on what happens at Winter's where our
Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Meaning, we're talking about Saturday Night Main Event, but in that news segment, we'll talk about whatever happened in Winter is coming.
Gotcha.
Yeah, before we get out of here, you want to get off anything about SmackDown? Y'all both watch SmackDown. Any highlights, any goods, any bads, any...
Ilya versus Carmelo was great. Per usual, the Gunther and LA Knight match was great. Again, there's more women tag stuff. This time, Lash and Nia are the attackers, and they look great. Other than that, DT, is there anything that I'm missing? I'm trying. Cody attacked Drew. Trying to see what that's about.
Solo's promo. Cody demanded that Nick reinstate Drew, so that they can have a match. So we'll see something probably top of the year with them. If I had to guess, it'll probably be on the yearly Netflix or something. Because technically, the last Netflix, he didn't have a match, and there was a lot of hoopla about them not showcasing their current champion, but they showcased Roman, and The Rock came out. So,
hey, I'll tell you what I will watch. I seen a certain ruler got his shit back.
That's what. Damn, that was the other thing. So yes, they talked about Ricky Saints. I almost said Starks. Ricky Saints versus
it's Cody versus Oba, right?
Right. But that was on Friday night SmackDown, and then today, when we're recording on Deadline, Oba beat him and took the belt back. Oba versus Cody on Saturday Night Main Event is going to cook.
Yeah,
it's going to cook.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see. Yeah.
Before Oba takes the super duper Cody cutter and the triple quadruple. Should he lose? No. But
honestly, I think Oba might.
You
if
can't.
Drew interferes,
you cannot.
I would love to see it, bro. I'd love to see it.
If Drew interferes, sure, but you cannot have the face.
Do it.
Of the dub,
do it.
You can't.
Send the email.
Would I love it?
Send the email, DT. You in the writer's room. Send it. Send that off. We would love to see that, Lee. We would love to see that, right, Lee?
Power bomb his ass through the table. Yeah, man, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw that. And I got like, yeah. 'Cause I wasn't really too excited about Ricky versus Cody. Like, just being
And
honest.
I thought they
seen
were
that
going to do it
already.
because they were friends or something.
Like, but this,
we're getting Bailey versus Sol Ruka, and we're getting
saw that too.
Another match that I can't think of right now off the top of my head.
And I like that they're being orchestrated by legit people who can tango, who can control the dance. Cody can control the dance. Bailey is one of the best women wrestlers in the world. She's going to be able to control that dance. It's going to have a phenomenal match with Sol Ruka. Like, that's the shit that makes me want to watch wrestling, bro. It's like just the way it's going to be produced is orchestrated. I haven't seen the match yet. I can tell you, we're in for some really good fucking grabs.
And this, again, it's because of John Cena. I have a theory I want to ask y'all off air, but he's doing a lot right now. Like, he's doing a lot. Bailey just tweeted today he spent 8 full hours at her women's only training event that she held for the independent women wrestlers.
I did see that.
And he was giving tips and tricks and feedback on every match and everything, and was there for 8 full hours. Oh my God. Natty just talked about he came in and did that at the dungeon like not even 2 weeks ago. Like, all his I'm gonna ask y'all something off air.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, people. And that is the episode here. Next week, Saturday Night Main Event. Last time is now. John Cena, that's it.
His time is up. NXT time is now.
Yeah.
After this, you ain't gonna see him.
Yeah. This is gonna be crazy. But yeah, we gonna get out of here. We'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been real. Peace out.
Too sweet, Space Cowboy.
Believe in the wave.